All right, guys, we're here for your Sunday episode of Don't Be a Dick. Myself and Big Worm. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna do the usual and talk some shit, review some whiskey, just realness, and always the preface. Just do it all without being a dick. So stay tuned, guys. Of course, always brought to you by Platt's Landscaping, Emily's Interiors, and my man Jeremy Spot, Solar Wolf Energy. Keep us all in mind. Let's get it.
Are you ready? I can't see me. Can you see me?
Hold on. We're still on the way. I paused it too. I'm good at this now. I'm telling you. Yeah.
So do we got to start over?
No, I got to pause so we can just go.
I don't think the beginning part we had any video going. That's why I'm asking.
Nope, we are actually good. We're actually on right now, my man.
I know we are now.
Yeah, we're good. We're good to go.
Can you see me?
I can hear me. I can see you. I can hear you. I mean,
Goony goo goo.
My man, Big Worm. How was your week?
You know, it's been a week.
Judging by that tray in front of you, it looks like you worked hard this week and have earned the Sunday spot.
We do Sundays. Sundays are fun. Some Sundays are fun days. When there's snow involved, like I mean, there's a little. It gets different.
It does get different. How long have you been in the house?
Oh boy, this house.
As of right now, I mean, like as of the storm. Have you been in since the beginning of the storm? Or have you left?
I went outside to like my buddy comes by and he plows. I'll say that, Mike. Thank you. He comes and does the driveway, but we got to go out and snow blow and clean up the rest of the stuff. Obviously, do the widen out things along those lines. But as far as that goes, like I put a post up yesterday. I was like, I'm prepared to hang out in Fort Living Room. Did that, hung out. Fort Living Room was pretty cool. But
just a regular snowstorm, right?
Yeah, I think some people got whaled. From what I'm understanding is out by Boston, there's people got 2 feet and it got wild out there. It seems like Central Mass got like more like a foot and a half. Some people got a little bit more. And then as it went in different areas, some people got a little bit less. But I'd say anytime people get more than 3 inches, and I'm like, all jokes included.
Yes.
People get more than 3.
I was waiting to slam it home right there, but you defended it. I love it.
I'm running 2 feet on that, like the scale.
Fucking phenomenal. A foot and a half is fine. It's right.
Right. It's really like 4 inches, but like
it is what it absolutely is.
Yeah. Like, are we using the fishing like measurements here? Are we using like the ruler? Like where are we at? Because some places got like 17 feet. But like
right, yeah. Like the Worcester Airport. I love how they give the measurements from there. Like the top of the world, which is the coldest.
Yes.
Yeah, it was 3 feet, but in regular Worcester, it was a foot and a half. So we got. I'll tell you, we got a lot to talk about this snow because I experienced it today. There's different scenarios in snow where you can absolutely be a dick without knowing it and be a dick while knowing it. The first thing I would like to address is neighbors. So if you have a snowblower, right, are you going to make the line on your neighbor's sidewalk or are you going to push through and just do it? And I'm talking about a minimal stretch of land. I'm talking about like maybe 30 feet, right? If you're blowing snow, are you really someone that you live next to is there a time frame of measurement of neighbors that has to happen? Like if you've lived next to someone for 30 years and they all, you got to do that sidewalk, man. I think you're being a dick if you don't do the sidewalk, because I would do it. I mean,
I agree. And I feel like these are the points we need to decide. Are you doing it because you want to be a good guy, or you're doing it because they did it for you? Those are two totally different. I'm doing it for yous. Like,
perfect.
if you do it just like out of the goodness of your heart, like run that and do that.
Yep.
If you need them to do it first and then you do it, like that's cool too. But like, don't be pissed if they don't do yours because you didn't do theirs, like, and that bullshit.
Perfect.
That's a.
Yep.
We had a gentleman hit the snowbank out front of our house today. I don't know how. It's kind of straight. Like, he said he came out of the side street and got cut off, and then like an all-wheel drive Subaru got stuck in the front of my yard today.
I don't believe that. I just have a hard time believing that a Subaru got stuck anywhere, because I owned one and those things are badass.
So he mentioned that he felt like he was heading towards the tree, so he stopped. I feel like if he kept the momentum going with the Subaru, but he definitely, like, the middle of his car was in, you know, like when the plow trucks come down, they build that lip.
Yep.
He was on it. I mean, he was 50-50 grinding the snowbank. So his wheels were in the air. So I understand where he got stuck, but I feel like if he kept with the momentum, he might have been all right. He thought he was going to hit the tree, so he stopped. And I feel like that might have been where everything went wrong. We were digging him out. Another stranger stopped and was like, how can I help? And help pull this dude out. That's awesome. Now, if you're the guy that cut him off, don't be a dick. If he didn't get cut off and he was driving like a dick, like you may have gotten your just due. I'm team, like, go out and go sideways, do your donuts, like stay in your lane of like expertise or whatever. I get sad when I hear like people getting mad about somebody in a parking lot doing donuts, because like I grew up doing that.
Yep.
And maybe some people are like, oh, you're a dick. Other people are like, oh, you were out having fun. I don't know which one it is. So like, but I think it's a dick if you like call on somebody. So
yeah, all of that is accurate. I'm on board with all that. Really, if you're doing donuts in a parking lot, if the plow's not there, then have fun, man.
If you're not risking somebody else's life, and like at the end of the day, you're the guy, like hopefully you're not going to be crashing into a pole. Like if you crash into a building or mess something, like that's on you to do the right thing. Don't be a dick if that happens. But realistically, at the end of the day, like, I don't know. I don't think, maybe I'm wrong. Tell me, like the younger generation. I feel like at this point in time, I could say that because I'm old. Like if you guys are out there like trying to fishtail and do donuts and yank the e-brake in a parking lot, I want to hear about it. Like, tell me.
Send us some clips. Send us clips. We'll put them on here to be accurate with what we're talking about. Love it.
Now, I sent you a picture earlier. That's some don't be a dick. Like tank mode energized. Like,
oh yeah.
Don't be the guy. All right, so I'm gonna say that I feel like everybody that's watching this has done this at some point in their life, me included, because I have.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say, don't do it. Like, don't do the. All right, I cleared this much of my windshield. I'm ready to roll. Like,
you know what? I've definitely done it, but not that, a little bit bigger, not that much. I need to be accurate, but as far as laziness goes,
it's okay if I crash. Like,
yeah, right. As far as laziness goes, I actually made the commitment today to sit in my truck with the defroster on until 18 inches of snow melted off my windshield. So whatever the idling law is, I fucking blew it today, but I'll tell you.
We'll say the best worst thing I have is a car starter, because as it's snowing, like I just run my car every once in a while, and I'm like, all right, so tomorrow if I keep doing this every like couple of hours, it'll be melted. It doesn't exactly work that way.
No,
I have a lot of snow in my car, but there's definitely still snow in the car. But I don't know. I believe it works. And I'm gonna
a scenario pops up. Now I'm in my driveway today, and if I brush the snow off into my driveway, then I'm shoveling that motherfucker again. If not, I'm wiping that exact circle that you sent me today. I'm driving it down the street and wiping it off into the street. Now, is that being a dick?
Are you asking me?
I am.
Is it out in the road or like in somebody else's?
No, it's in the road. Yeah, right in the middle. Like, I'm not hindering anyone else's driving, but I am indeed bringing my snow from my yard to another place to put it in the street.
I feel like you still like are being a dick.
I can accept it. I can accept
but
it.
Like not to somebody specific, because I don't want to give you a pass because it's me and you talking the shit. Because
right, I get it.
Well, because they said like don't push your snow into the street. Like they don't like if we pushed our driveway snow into like if you like all right, so where's the shutoff valve? If we started like it's okay to bring your car out there, is it okay to push the snow from your driveway out there? Like all right, so I'm gonna take the snow off my roof and push it out in the road. Like,
I agree. Now on the other, just to make sure that you know that I'm not a dick, I did the path at the end, the mound at the end of my driveway with a shovel, and I didn't throw it in the street. I walked it to other piles in my yard or whatever. So I get that.
There's levels for this shit. There is no like you could be like there's like extreme dick like
right.
little,
yeah.
Little dick.
Yeah. So we may have to do that. Like we may have to measure how big of a dick you are in inches.
Are you like
at some point
infant carrying an apple? Or...
Oh man, there's just so much. Like, you know, the plow drivers deal with a lot. They must, because for some reason this year they're getting paid $100 an hour.
Because we've had a couple of years with no snow, so we're now living in like nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, so like, hey guys, emergency time, come on in. So they got to pay extra for that apparently.
And gas is $74 a gallon.
Yes.
You know, if your car isn't good on gas, you want to get a new one. It's about 80 grand now, or everything's up. Everything's up right now. So
this is the part where I'd say like I'd like the comments or whatever. Like, did the plow guy come after you did your driveway this year? Because I feel like that's a ongoing thing. Like as soon as you clean up your driveway, the plow guy comes. I haven't ran into that. I've actually been outside where the plow guy's lifted his plow to go past my driveway. Fucking hats off to you, dude. Because
drop the fucking plow. How many times have I heard so drop the fucking plow? Whenever, I mean, what are you doing? If you're trying to really help, I mean, you're making $100 an hour now, but I think they did a good job in my area. I'm not Webster Square. They did a pretty good area. Pretty good job.
Dude, I'm in Oxford. The town page, this specific storm, they were actually cheering the DPW and all the plow guys. They were like, you guys did an amazing job keeping up with the storm. So like, again, hats off to you guys. Like, that's amazing.
Yep, I saw that. I'm on that page, Webster W Oxford, and I saw someone trying to track down the model and make of a truck and plate number to give the guy props to thank him. I thought it was going to be like, this guy, stole something, don't look up, but it wasn't. It was positive. It was. They wanted to give him money.
Most of the town pages are where the people go to like not say the nice stuff. Normally it's not like, hey, I just want to shout out my neighbor who helped me out the other day because they're awesome. It's like, no, they got up and mowed their lawn at 3:40 in the morning because I specifically told them I sleep.
Yep.
And
yeah. Yep. I saw one today, man. I was working in Plainville, Attleboro, Providence area, and I saw some lady today that she posted a picture of the mound, the notorious plow mound at the end of the driveway, and said, man, if this is where this world is headed and these guys can't do their job, like, what are you talking about? They plow the street that you're going to drive on when you get through that mound. I don't even get it. That's exactly what I posted. I actually said, grab a shovel, you lazy fuck. But
I mean, it's wild. Like people don't want to be at the other side of like, I could have fixed that.
Yeah.
It's easy to be like, you're a dick.
Yeah.
Then to be like, all right, so I mean, you're doing your thing, and I'm gonna do my thing, and we can meet in the middle.
Snow is a real hard thing for people to pull themselves back from and not get angry, it's because you get anxiety that you got to go out there and shovel 2 feet of snow, but it's never that bad. The world never ends.
I know we kind of like, do you have a top 3? Don't be a dick. Like, what's your top 3? Like, don't be a dick in a snowstorm.
Top 3, don't be a dick in a snowstorm. One is probably just stay home. Like if you really don't need to be going out there, don't.
Wow.
You know,
wow. That's starting at the beginning. That's great.
If you're gonna come back and complain about being out there, don't even go out there. You don't need an extra gallon of milk. You have plenty of bread to get to Monday. You got, 2. Well, it leads right into 2. Don't buy all the shit in the grocery store the day before and ruin it for someone who actually needs it. Because you don't need 12 loaves of bread. Armageddon hasn't happened in my 42 years of being here.
That was amazing.
I like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like I went to the grocery store because I needed some things, not emergency. But there were people were out of their minds. People are really out of their minds. You're going there like, hey, we're getting. You would have
I feel
to
like
get
it's the thing that we don't
snow.
want to talk about. Last year started that. When the thing that I don't want to talk about started that. It was like, all right, so like everybody's got to go and get this, got to go get that. So when they go grab an item, they're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back, or if maybe somebody else is going to buy all of it. So I'm going to buy all of it. Like the grocery store buys enough for everybody to come grab their share. When you buy all of it, like not everybody else can grab their share anymore. So you end up in a weird spot.
Take what you need. I mean, even maybe a little bit more than you need, but don't take it all. If you're taking it all, if you want
to be the person that buys more than you need, either go to BJ's, not the grocery store, or buy it online and bulk send to your house.
Right. Yes. Perfect solution right there. Perfect. And you know what? How much snow do you think we would have to get? How much snow would we have to get, like, for you to be really pushed and really not survive? It would have to snow for a month. You're going to get milk, people. You're going to get eggs. You're going to get bread. It's all going to be back. Just relax. Everybody take what they need and think about the other people. That's it. The third, that was number 2. The third would be, man. You could always say if you didn't shovel a spot, don't park in it. I know that's a big deal. People get killed over that.
So I've done that. I'm sorry.
I have too. But I can admit
so,
I'm
but
wrong.
The hard part there is not knowing if the person that claimed the spot shoveled it. And I know there's like rules in the city and outside stuff like that, but like if there's not assigned parking, like your chair in the middle of a parking spot means nothing. Like if you're like I don't know. I don't know where the right wrong is there. I don't know which one. I'd love to see some comments. This is probably somewhere some people would be like, I shoveled out a spot, you parked in it, you're a dick. And like there's somebody else that like, I shoveled my spot, someone else parked in it, I parked in yours, you're a dick. Like so
I think the rule there is if it's a kitchen chair, you don't take the spot. But if it's like a commercial item, like a cone or something ingenuine, if
somebody got a Monopoly piece out there, they got a thimble. Like I'm on Park Place. This is mine.
Yeah, if you have to claim the spot with something original and genuine. If you put something dumb out there like an orange cone, someone's saying that you're not. I mean, it's not valid. It has to be a kitchen chair.
Get like a free sign made, like hey, like worm shoveled here, don't park. Like
that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. I think a kitchen chair or a laundry basket, you don't take the spot. But if it's a recycling bin or an orange cone, you can take the spot.
All right, orange cone, you moving it or running it over?
Run it over. No doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt. And take the spot. You got to prove dominance. You pull in that motherfucker, you're not gonna have a note on your windshield later. They're gonna be like, all right,
take the phone, take it from under your vehicle, put it up on your antenna, like this is mine now.
That's even more dominance. Yes. Yep. I think if you take the spot,
we took some story spots, but
if you take the spot, you should leave a note telling them why you took the spot on your own windshield. Sorry, sir, there was an orange cone here, but it's mine now.
have a pre-note like, this is why I took your spot.
Yes.
Like, so that way when they come over to like write on your windshield, like, wait a minute, somebody else, wait.
You got to stay one step ahead, always.
That's pretty solid. Hey, the best plan is to have one.
You have. Oh yeah, exactly. You have to tell me right now. We have to review this gem in front of you of a setup. Like, we need an item by item, exactly what's going on here.
All right.
This is what it's all about.
Right here. All right, like, I like to hydrate, so I have some items here that do not hydrate me. Would you like to follow along with items that dehydrate me?
Absolutely.
This is coffee. This is oak and bond. All right. So I wish you could have seen me making this coffee, because for whatever reason, I don't have a coffee grinder in the house that I thought I had. So I'm going to tell you that I had 3 plastic baggies, and the inside baggie were the coffee beans. They're whole beans in here, right? I put them in one bag, I put them in another bag, and I put them in another bag. I broke out a rolling pin, and I beat the shit out of the coffee beans. I rolled them, I beat the shit out of them, and then I put them in the coffee machine.
That's how it goes?
That's how we're doing our Sunday. Because I was like, all right, so I know we got a coffee grinder here somewhere, and I'm like, no, we don't. Shit, I'm pretty sure one of the last like yard sales I had, I sold the coffee grinder, because I'm like, I don't need that shit. So we sold it, and so here I am.
Phenomenal.
I got this stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I saw it on another channel, and I was like, you know what? I want to do that with an Irish coffee. So I got this in there. I got some Baileys in there. This is a little mini Bailey, like, because if you get the big Baileys, I don't know, like, you have to commit to drinking Baileys to finish a bottle, if that makes any kind of sense. Like, around the holidays, I feel like it's different, but like in the summertime, if I get a bottle of Baileys, like, I'm probably not drinking them until Christmas. And I understand Baileys, I guess, is good for 2 years, cold or not, open or not. Somebody confirm that for me, because this one might be a little bit older, and I'd like to know where I'm at, like, today, tomorrow. Now, what I put in it was Jameson Stout Edition. I don't know if you can see that or not. I feel like
we got it.
It's in the purview, but
it's in the glare.
So the stout, I don't know. I'll tell you, like, Jameson will continue to be the benchmark of, all right, so like, what are you going to buy? It's Jameson. It's not like I'm going to go out and buy some whiskey. Like, you got to, like, I feel like Jameson is something that should be on your shelf if you're drinking whiskeys. But like, I have the regular one. I have this one. There are some other, like, you can actually go cold brew with it, which would probably go really well with this.
Yeah. I was just going to grab that bottle. It was pretty good, man. That bottle's empty, so.
This one's got some stuff in it. So Carlson Orchards, which I understand is in Massachusetts. I really like me some.
Yep, there it is. Perfect.
So you and I think pretty much are on the same page. I got like some ciders. Like,
yep.
When we do summertime, I tend to have a keg of cider on, which I don't think is like normal for a lot of people, but I find them refreshing. Even they're, like I said, I'm here to hydrate.
No. Yes. Yes.
One of my staples is Guinness. So we talk about high life a lot, and me and you have had this conversation. Your dad, is the reason you, and that I think that story's awesome. I've gone to plenty of places, and I say, like, can I have a high life? Now, I don't know if you'd be amazed, but I find it amazing how many places are like, no, we don't have high life, when it's like one of the cheaper beers you could have. But at the same time, I feel like not a lot of people walk into a bar and like, can I have a high life? When they say no, most of the time I'm like, do you have Guinness? I get some real fun looks.
Yeah.
And people are like, how'd you land there? I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean, land there? I was like, I like to drink those. Like, if you don't have High Life, I'm gonna go Guinness, and if you don't have that, I'm gonna make you pick. So like, because maybe I'm gonna try something new. I will say this is, I feel like bartenders as a whole, they're not fans of like, make me something, your turn.
Right.
But if you can have a conversation with them and get to the point where it's like, hey man, like, this is what I like. Do you have something that you make that's special that like I probably wouldn't ask for that I should try?
Right. That's a great call.
It's a different way. If you appreciate their craft, they're gonna appreciate working for you. But if you're just like, come in like, make me something.
Right. Yeah. Make me something fruity.
It's gonna be awesome because some people are gonna see this and they're like, no, you do that to me. No, I do now. But I don't think
right.
Maybe the first time you were bartending, I did it to you, and I'd like to tell you I'm sorry. I'm not. But
yes, I've done it. I've done that, like with my friends at bartend and everything. But
yeah.
I've also been on the other side when I bartend at the Blondie and people come in and say, make me something. But give me a starting ground. Like you said, this is what I like to drink. Something you make you know what I mean? So for someone to come in and just say, make me something, it's hard.
I feel like presentation means something, like, because when it comes down to it, like we're sitting here being, don't be a dick. Bartenders hate it when you come in and say, I don't know what I want, make me something.
Yeah.
But if you can literally tell them, I don't care what you pick, and mean it, not like, all right, so
make me something. This sucks. Fuck.
Well,
being a dick.
Like, have you ever? All right, so you're going on a date. Hey, where do you want to go to eat? I don't care. All right, how about we go here? Well, not there. How about we go here? Well, not there. How about you pick?
Your turn.
Because you just told me you didn't care.
Just yelling.
I picked two. We ain't there yet.
Just yelling ethnicity. Something. We'll find it. Do something. Give me something.
So you're gonna bring me down the road to like what? All right, so this is a Java one today. We got a Java smoke. I'm a fan.
You're on the coffee kick today. I'd see it. Java to me means coffee. Is that right?
Yes. I figured it fit. Now I'm gonna need you to decide here. So I brought these things back out. If you guys remember, these were real clear the first time we looked at them a couple weeks ago. So we put some junk in the trunk and let them sit. Now this one has dark chocolate, American wood, and chili flavoring. Now I'm not gonna lie, I took a sip out of this, and I don't know if it was the chili buds at the top or what, but this melted my soul when I took a little sip out the top the other day. So that's gonna be interesting down the road. And then I got this other one, which also did the dark chocolate with, and I got the vanilla bean. Well, I'm sorry, vanilla dream wood, which I like. I don't know what tree has vanilla dream, but those are the aging flavors with coffee bean, cocoa bean, chocolate. We got orange peel and cinnamon.
Okay.
Up in this piece.
Okay.
One of these two is going to go into my aging barrel.
Okay.
Which one?
We got to go with the chili, man.
Okay. I like your style. I was kind of hoping you did that. So
yeah, we're
going to put it in here. We're going to do a couple weeks. And like, I think week over week, we might take a sip of this and see where we're at. Next week, maybe you come here, we do this, and you have a sip too.
I'm in. Believe me, I'm in. You know what's funny? It's funny to say a lot of people are looking for the live podcast. Like, I think they're sick of the Zoom or whatever. But really, it comes down to just a place to do it, you know, and, you know, comfortable. I'm comfortable, like, in my spot, but I'm hoping to build a studio, man. I'm trying to raise some money to get that going. It'll happen. I just don't know how long. But live podcast, we'll do it, man. I'll come sit.
I don't know if you can see this coming up. I feel like it's.
Oh yeah. So what's already in there? So this is the beginning.
So these you get they're little oak barrels. You have to fill them with water. The wood expands, and then they're watertight. The rings have to be tight. So like you normally have to have like the little ones are easier. I have a bigger barrel that's like a 2-gallon.
Yep.
That's a project. We'll get through to that one at some point. And I'll explain how that one goes. But the littler ones age faster.
Okay.
So this one's going to seal quicker with water because it's going to expand faster and it's smaller. The reason it does that is because of contact area. It ages the whiskey faster for the same exact reason. Contact area to the whiskey. So when they use the huge barrels they use, and it's aged for 12 years, this will supposedly age, because it's a small bottle, this will age to like the 10 years, stuff like that, in 2 to 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Because the amount of whiskey it's touching.
Yep.
I'm going to stick my finger over it so not all the stuff starts falling out. I got a filter in there to boot, but we trying to, that last drop.
That's awesome. Now I picked a chili one because I had recently I had some kind of chocolate that was supposed to have chili in it that didn't burn. So if it doesn't burn, what's the point? Oh, all right.
So that's the stuff that it's been sitting in.
Yep.
We're still pouring out the bottom. That's we're gonna let that do its thing over here. But I'll put the top in that later, and I'm gonna let that sit for a couple weeks. Wow. So I took a sip off it's still real hot.
Now you declared that it did warm your soul, or it melted your soul, right? And there was an immediate
I'm like, all right, so I'm sitting over here like, all right, so like act cool, right?
Yeah, be cool. All right. We don't edit. We don't edit.
Yeah, no, this area of my face right now is on fire. And like I should have thought that through before I was like, you know what, take a sip, like see how it is this time.
Look at it, we make mistakes. It's fine. I love it. Absolutely love it, man.
So I don't, if I move that which way, gets it out of the way.
That's
so
perfect right there.
Yeah, that's the spot, right?
What else do you have on that glorious tray?
That tray, like, so I got my cutter. I like this cutter. So this is kind of like the Batwing versus like your standard regular everyday cutter. But
yep.
I didn't use this today. I brought it out with intention. So my other lighter, which is a whiskey barrel, has a punch on the bottom. So this goes on the end and punches out a little bit instead of cutting off.
Okay.
I don't know. It really depends on like 100% what you're into. There's been plenty of people that like make the joke like mouth feel. I try not to get into that. I just said it, but like it really, some people like the V cut, the straight cut, the punch.
Yeah. No, a lot of people fuck with the end of the cigar too, like chew on it or.
I was gonna say most people, as soon as it gets wild, like they're fucking, there's fucking tobacco everywhere. Yeah. So the cut doesn't, like, it's personal preference. Like, do you like Ford or Chevy? You a Dodge guy? You a Honda? Do you like Toyota? You know, it was like, what guy are you?
Yeah,
like Nissan,
yeah.
You know?
No, I love it, man. So I'm gonna. This is one that I came across really on accident, but I'm really digging it. The Rebel Stoke, son of a peach, 70 proof.
Okay. 70 proof.
70 proof. I look at it. I've never had a peach whiskey, and if this is the first, it was pretty good. It's got to be a local company. I don't know much about it, but it was almost Canadian whiskey. So I don't know.
All right. So volume by alcohol and proof are two different things. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a different there. So like this is an 80 proof. That's okay. Still, I was like, cool.
It's double volume, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So 35%. But
there's still some movement.
Let's do our weekly shot, my man.
Cheers, brother.
God bless.
Should I take a sip of this? We do a
double it up. What if I had it? So, man, we're in the midst of some football today too. I think it looked like there was a good game going on with Cincy and Kansas City. I'm looking for Cincy. Joe Burrow. Tom Brady supposedly retired this week, my man.
I was waiting for that one. Like, who's calling that?
What do you think about it? Is he gone?
There's only one reason there's only one person that's made me believe it's confirmed. Do you know who that is? Take a stab at it.
It's got to be me. I'd send you I'm hoping
I'll take that.
Me.
All right, so there's two. There's two.
All right,
so,
good.
Edelman posted, but I don't know if he's jumping the gun too, because there's my favorite are the people that are the only thing I can confirm is that I texted and called Tom Brady, and he hasn't wrote back yet. That's all I can confirm right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome in a week from now when Tom Brady goes, "What are you guys talking about?" I said I was playing until I was 45.
And he basically already did. I mean, his dad said it, but if it didn't come from his mouth and all he said was, I haven't made a decision yet. I don't get how we went to he's gone. It seems very irresponsible. And one of the posts that I saw this week was Tom Brady's been planning this prank on ESPN since Deflategate and I hope that's true. It seems very far-fetched, but it would be genius. I think it's just
he's the guy that would do this shit, though. He is the guy that would do it.
He is the guy that would do it. I love it. Like in my post, all I said was, we're lucky to be on this earth. You know, as long as it has existed at the same time that Tom Brady's playing.
There's a third part to this question. Tom Brady retire? Does he end up on the 49ers?
What do you mean?
So there's other talks of whether he gets traded.
Oh, yeah. The Raiders, because McDaniels just went there.
Well, there's a play there, but the 49ers are definitely interested, and there's an interesting, can you imagine Jimmy G that we talked about? Can you imagine him in the Bucks and because that was a big thing of him coming here. And you know what I mean when I say here.
I hate Jimmy Garoppolo. Not hate him. I don't even know him. But I'm saying I don't like him as a player. He's class. I don't think he could have been better if he'd stayed here.
He's still I was going to say he's still in his infant years. Like when it comes down to the if we're looking for longevity and stuff like that. I mean, our QB's got great stats when you get down into where he's at in relation to his career.
Yep.
And I'm not even a football guy. I'm just going from shooting from what I'm reading and hearing and shit like that. So someone else have to tell me, but Jimmy G was a big talk of trying to get him back here. We got Mac Jones, and I think we're in a decent situation. The Buccaneers need to legitimately sit there and say, we either have Tom Brady or we have a QB for another year. So do we make a move? I don't think Tom Brady's trying to move, which is where the weird shit will come into play. Because he moved to Florida.
The thing is too, he could have a house in any state. He might. You don't even know. But
yes.
I think Tom Brady's been looking for family time for a long time. I think Giselle.
There's somebody nobody's brought up in this. There's nobody that and when I say nobody, I'm it's me and you at the moment. But you think his wife's got any say in what they're doing?
I think he's happy playing football, and she wants to see him happy. I think she's been that backup to now. I think she doesn't like it. She wants him retired to do. She has hundreds of $1 million that she can do her own thing with, And
she's got to be saying to him, I know you want to play till whenever, but the what if is real.
It's got to be worth it. it's got to be worth it. And I think that Tampa Bay's coach, Bruce Arians, I believe he rubbed Tom Brady the wrong way with the way he handled Antonio Brown. So on top of that, there's a lot that went on in Tampa that I don't think many of us know about. I don't think it was all, rainbows and sunshine after the Super Bowl.
Well, we talked about the don't be a dick with Antonio Brown. Like, if they knew Antonio Brown was hurt and they told him to play or you're gone,
yeah,
I don't think that would actually play into how Tom is.
Right.
We actually have another QB that just retired who didn't live like TB. He from what I understand, he's under a strict regimen of workout, diet, food, the whole nine to try and keep his body at this point in time in like top shape. We got Big Ben down there who actually is like, c'est la vie. Honestly, like, I think he was a top-notch QB for the longest time. And he lived a different lifestyle than some QBs. And at the end of the day, he lived, I wasn't there, I don't know, anything like that. Like, some people will say they got stories, they got whatever. I don't know, but Tom Brady's been with the Patriots previously, and they try to have a certain image. They also have definitely had some players that didn't fall into that image that like still were able to portray it while they were there. We literally took some of the players that were like the problem childs of the league and we're like, hey man, if you're gonna play here, like, you can't do that. And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, Big Daddy's in the house. I gotta be okay. Like, I'm gonna go to another team and do whatever I want, but while I'm here, like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Wild on a different level.
Yeah.
For me, I think that's what Tom and Bill brought, because like they had the dynamic duo where they were able to say like, hey guys, like, if you want to work with us, this is what we do. And if you don't like fall in line, peace.
Yeah, you're gone. Yep. And it's hard to have that exist in the NFL now because not a lot of guys have the longevity with the team, and money has become the end game of it all. There's a few here and there sprinkled in. I don't blame them. I can't say that I would be much different because
I feel like sports as a whole, and I hate that I'm the old guy at this point, and I bring up that I'm the old guy saying like when I was a kid, but when we were a kid, I feel like a bunch of players played on a team till they were done.
It was that
now
way.
It's like, what's that?
It was that way. It was. And
now it's like you get towards the end and it's like, all right, like, I'm going to go for that money grab real quick. Or like, all right, so do I switch teams to try and get another ring? Which brings me back to Tom. If he switches teams and gets another ring, holy shit. I'm not saying that happens, but is that on the board?
That's actually a great point that I haven't even thought of yet. Because if he does retire and he does come back to McDaniels, or even, I don't know, man. That is crazy. It's never been done.
If he goes to a third team and gets another ring, has that ever been done? Never mind. I think he gets more rings than anybody.
No. Nope. And
I don't know. Like,
it's very.
I feel
possible.
like somewhere in here, he's that guy.
Yeah, he could be that guy. Could be that guy.
He's wholesome in the whole nine, but like, you know what? I went down there and I tried to do it myself. Like, he went to the Bucks. He won, right? But does he get like? Are we at Barry Bonds where like he brought his like star dude from the other team? Like, does he have an asterisk because he won with like other players from the Patriots, or no?
No, I don't think so. I think Gronk will go to Vegas with him. I think Gronk has been the biggest key to his career, to be honest. No doubt. I mean, there's never been a red zone threat like Gronk, ever. In the history of this league, there never will be. Maybe there will be. I'll take that one.
So, and granted, like I said, I'm a casual fan, and I don't want to get into like all the people are going to hate this type shit when it's like, did Brady win because he brought Gronk? So like, they were the dynamic duo here. They were the dynamic duo there. If they go over to the Raiders, 49ers, or whoever, and they win again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already belief that it's magic. It's been magic, since day one. Since the minute he slapped Drew Bledsoe's shoulder and yelled, "We won," at the ceremony, the very first one, I've been a believer. That was like a little kid. The emotion on his face, that's what sold me on Brady. Right there. He had that emotion as a man and professional athlete in a Super Bowl to still have fun like a kid and be excited like a kid. That to me is what it's all about.
The professionalism, the athleticism, the everything they had going on. I don't know if I just murdered that word. I may have. But what they had going on the field, off the field, the interviews, the whole nine, they're like, all right, I'm just looking forward to next week. That they're still doing that.
Yep.
Like on a real level. Like there are so many people that when it comes time to interview, me, team, whatever, and they have to feel like they need to explain something that just happened. Or, the whatever is happening, the guy that's asking the question, having to answer it. When it comes down to the way that Tom's been able to take questions, and I feel like that may have been from his time here. That may be Bill, like, rubbing off on that end of it. Like, we're focused on next week. You can't break that. And you actually can't fault somebody for being like, well, what just happened. I can't do anything about that. What I can do about everything is this week.
Yep.
That's something everybody should look at in their own lives.
Yep.
Last week happened. But look at it, improve from it. Do better. Don't be a dick.
Phenomenal. So you mentioned Barry Bonds, I think, and that's another big topic this week. Does David Ortiz belong in the Hall of Fame over Barry Bonds right now?
Ooh, all right. I think those are two different questions. I think David Ortiz belongs in the Hall of Fame, hands down.
Yes.
I do. Barry Bonds. If we let Barry Bonds in now, and I say we because I don't, it's not me.
No, it's we.
It's everybody. If they let him in, do they open the floodgates? Now, personally, I think Barry Bonds belongs in there. Personally, I think Roger Clemens belongs in there. Personally, I think Pete Rose belongs in there. But that's based on what they did on the field. Now, if we're talking about morals and characters, Barry Bonds played in the era where everybody was doing steroids. Like, we didn't start the big head players and the big head chew gum and the big head everything out of like, it wasn't a coincidence. It was because people were growing big heads.
Yeah, no doubt.
You watch people go from this to like, boom, like, all right, dun, 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 but there's still skill that's involved. Steroids on their own don't make you the guy that has an on-base percentage average of over 5%, like 6 something. Like you still have to hit the ball. How far the ball goes may be different, things along those lines, but you still have to have a skill set. Now, where's the line? Obviously, the line is he ain't in the Hall of Fame.
And the meme that was going around this week was the Giants should sign him and restart his Hall of Fame clock, which that's a loophole. That's pretty cool. I think.
Does he have to play?
I bet he could. I haven't seen Barry Bonds publicly in a long time, but whatever, one at bat or whatever, whatever it is, he should be in the Hall of Fame. A lot of it too, you're gonna hear arguments about, yes, he was that good before he took steroids. So was Roger Clemens.
So
Sammy Sosa.
The real question that comes into play: did he cheat?
If he took steroids, that will ban. I guess that's cheating. But
if he cheated, he's not a Hall of Famer because I feel like a set of morals comes with it.
Is that written down in the Hall of Fame somewhere that you have to have morals and be a good dude to be in the Hall of Fame, or is it just stats? Because that's an argument
So
that I've seen
two
all week.
sides to that. We can go to the rule book, or how do people feel about it? 10 years have gone by. Is that a statement?
I feel that if he was caught taking steroids and it was that serious, he should have never played again. Or even like if it's that serious, but why would you if you catch them on steroids, why would you let them back in the game to continue to have the most home runs in Major League Baseball history? You have the guy with the most hits that isn't in the Hall of Fame.
All right,
You have the
I
guy
guess I'm
with
going to ask you
the
that
most
question.
home runs.
Does that record stand for him, or is there literally
Yes.
an asterisk after it?
I say it stands. I watched him literally hit all those home runs in my lifetime. Now he's did it in two different areas.
In the record book, is there an asterisk?
It's probably depends on which region of the country you buy the record book from. I bet you San Fran there's no asterisk. But I just think, you know what, too? It's the Jim Rice argument, too, with Barry Bonds.
Ooh.
He was a dick to the press, and so was Jim Rice and all that. And they said it's the sports writers that are putting these people in. I don't know.
I'll go a step further. I understand that Jim Rice was a great dude. He was a dick to the.
He carried a kid that got hit. He carried a child out of the dugout that was bloodied to save the child. That should be enough right there. No, I get, Jim Rice is rough around the edges, but he eventually got in. Barry Bonds will eventually get in. I just think we're in an age now where the Hall of Fame's almost playing tricks on themselves, because the way everybody's so connected right now and the way with the internet and everything, everyone's going to make their own Hall of Fame. And then that one's going to become obsolete because you had two. You have the guy with the most hits in Major League Baseball history, not in the place. You have the guy with the most home runs, not in the place. That's all offense of Major League Baseball, of baseball period. I think Pete Rose is gambling on his team. I'm a Pete Rose fan to the max. If he was betting against his team, now there's a problem, because then you throw him a game.
If he was throwing games to actually take home some money, that's different, I think.
Point shaving and losing and all that bullshit, that's gambling. That needs to be out of the game. If the dude is coaching his team and says, we're going to win, I bet $1 million on it. Let it go. Let it go. He's betting on his team, his guys, But I don't know. The new Hall of Fame might be named the Pete Rose Hall of Fame, and everybody will be in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's something like that that's going to happen. Now,
start their own. I mean,
Roger Clemens's statement at the end of it was the best. It was, I didn't play my career to be in the Hall of Fame. I played my career for my teammates to win and be successful.
Yes.
Now, the preface of baseball was pretty much started on getting to the Hall of Fame. Like that was their end game. But if you're trying to win a championship with your team, that should be the end game when you have with your guys, not,
everything we've talked about have been team sports.
Right.
Getting to the Hall of Fame, as far as I understand, is not the goal.
Right.
It's getting your team a championship.
Right.
If you end up getting some single awards along the way, when we're talking about pitchers, we're talking about Cy Young awards, things like that. When, other players being MVP, getting, to the All-Star games, which some people accept, some people don't, are the individual awards. But a lot of people that get actually accepted to like the All-Star games don't go because they don't want to jeopardize their actual team moving forward. But getting hurt in a fun game could really ruin your team. So I think the best thing they could do, and the best person they could be to not be a dick, is to do whatever it takes to like get their team to win. And whether or not they get the individual awards, awesome. Like, those are the pats on the backs, the things like that. I don't think they're the most important part of it. So if these guys get in the Hall of Fame, great. Do I think Barry Bonds made the right move doing steroids to better himself? If it was for his team, I'm not going to sit down and have a conversation with this guy. But
You might, man. We're blowing up. And we'll get Barry on next week. We can't
like that.
rule anything out. We can't rule anything out.
You know what? I'm not. You know what? Like I'll take back that statement. At the end of the day, maybe we have a conversation with him, and I'll be able to ask him, like, did you do it for you? Did you do it for the team?
Listen up, Barry. What was the actual hat size when it all ended? We want to know what it was when it started. That was a big deal.
Can someone send us a picture of like his rookie card versus his last year?
Yes, I actually have those on hand. It's gonna take me a minute to get it, but no.
Because he's he looks the same, but does he look the same?
And the issue everybody has with it is he was hitting not as many home runs, but he was still smashing it enough to.
So Barry Bonds was a phenomenal baseball player that could hit the ball and get on base. He turned into a home run smasher, but because he did steroids? Because he was hitting the ball before, but he wasn't hitting it out of the park on the regular.
Him and Bobby Bonilla, Bonilla made the best sports contract of all time. We know that. He gets paid $1 million a year forever, I think.
I was going to say, today.
It's awesome. Him and the Pirates were right at the Braves in the 1990s.
Right.
And he was hitting 30 home runs, not 72. but also,
you know what I'm saying?
Baseball was in trouble when those guys started going at it. Mark McGwire is just like Barry Bonds. He's the same size, and then all of a sudden he blew up. He was a monster,
There's another guy on the team that came into Worcester for a bit, and everybody really, really loves because he ended up on a Worcester team. And
Jose. We will have Jose Canseco on this podcast before Barry Bonds, and it might even be sooner than you think.
I feel like at the end of that one, that guy might want to fight me.
It's fine. It's fine. I got you back. I have you back 100. But what's funny is that in the beginning of this whole thing, the podcast that I wanted to do was Canseco versus Mike Greenwell, because Mike Greenwell is still sitting in his basement right now, I bet, frothing at the mouth because he lost the MVP to Canseco, who did steroids. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean.
No, I know how you feel about it. I know how I feel about it. I know how every single Red Sox fan in the course of history of time feels about it. Because once upon a time, when Greenwell was playing, that's when I actually paid attention to some baseball. I'll tell you, over the course of the years, I don't pay attention to sports as much as I used to. I try to pay attention enough where me and you can sit here and have an educated conversation. Right. I try and pay attention enough where I can, someone that is into sports brings it up to me, I can talk to. But I'm not the game comes on, I'm not boom, football. I'm not Sunday. I don't need to be in front of the TV. I might be in front of the TV, but the game might not be on.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to curveball here. We're going to go a little bit.
Let's go.
Super Bowl's coming up, right? Have you heard about the halftime show?
I've seen a couple posts. I have no idea what it is, but it's something different.
The halftime show is going to be a majority of people that me and you used to listen to that are rap stars when we were younger. I'm interested to see if we're going to see a huge Elon Dodge, Shibu, Pump. We're going to watch.
You know what? Nothing will surprise me.
I was going to say, right now we can laugh about it, and I hope everybody that's watching this laughs about it when it happens, when the Super Bowl goes down. Elon Musk, this dude, is one of the great marketers of our time, and that's what I look at it as, Maz. I have different feelings about a lot of things that he's done. We could talk about that some other time.
Oh no, we're going right into it. We're going right into it. He
mentions the Bitcoin, he mentions whatever, and the masses go, poof, I need that. He says, hey, I'm going to do a Cybertruck. None of you can have one. give me some money. So like when I have one, you can have one. Holy shit. People came to like, I want one. I want one. It's still not even like, does anybody know when those are coming out? Or is the dude just like, hey man, I'm going to do this? Some of the stuff he does, some of the stuff he takes you go. Who knows? Maybe he comes out with something else. It's great.
Have you seen the movie Don't Look Up?
Bits and pieces. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, so I can't get into the whole 9. I will watch that this week. We'll talk about it next week.
Let's go.
We can do the movie thing next week.
That's what happened.
So these people are going to go on the halftime show, and I got to feel like the amount of people they're going to be in front of, if you've watched a Snoop Dogg video, Too Short, and a bunch of others, E40, I want to say, like, and a couple others are starting to do like a supergroup thing. I'm pretty sure those are a lot of the people that are going to be on the halftime show. A lot of their stuff is promoting this stuff. I got to feel like a lot of people are going to be like, well, if they're doing it, I got to do it. Maybe it jumps that day. I don't know. This is not an investment. I'm not.
Well, I was going to say, are we talking Shibu right now? Is that because if that goes up to 1 penny, if it goes up to 1 cent, I have a friend that's going to be like $200 million millionaire.
If it goes to a penny, I will tell you I do own some, and I'm not telling anybody to go do it. I try to do some investments, this, that, whatever. Some of the stuff I do makes sense. Some of the stuff I do does not make sense. I will never tell you to do what I do. Do your research, do your thing. Look.
Don't hey, that is the bottom line of the show. Don't do what we do. None of this is advice.
A coffee while you're drinking Guinness and a cider.
None of this is advice, people. Don't do what we do.
The only thing I will tell you to do that you should listen to is don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Woo! I love it. We mean that too. You know what I mean? Because I don't think, there's nothing fake about this show. We're not dicks, are we?
I fucking mean it when it comes down to that one.
I've been a dick, but I don't, I don't know. Maybe it's a public service announcement. We can be dicks, but don't be a dick. It's wise not.
There's exceptions to every rule. At the end of the day, there's a time for everything.
Right.
I've seen some shit there earlier that was like, listen, like, try to avoid a fight without running from a fight. But when it's time to fight.
Yeah.
I feel the same thing. Like, don't try to be a dick. Don't, like, be a pussy because you're not being a dick. If that makes any sense. Like nobody's telling you don't be a man. Like, the be a man dude.
So
he's a fucking amazing. Like, I got, like, that. Be a man.
Sunday nights at 6:00, don't be a dick. Monday nights at 8:00, don't be a pussy. Premiering this week. That's it. See how shit just happens, man. Phenomenal.
You never know.
Yep, I love it. Love it. Man, I'll tell you. So it's been a great week, man. So you got into some breakfast tacos, I saw. I think, right?
Yeah.
Where we want to go to shout out to them.
Millbury, Mass. We stopped at Puffin's, and holy shit, they have breakfast tacos, which we've done breakfast tacos here.
Yep.
Not a lot of places do breakfast tacos. If they had breakfast tacos, was unbelievable. And you know what? If you're in the area, Puffin's is just an all-around good place to eat.
Yep.
But if you're into tacos, like, you should probably have some breakfast tacos. And I would say, like, go to Puffin's and have breakfast tacos because it's worth it, and you should do it.
What was the formula? You went salsa, sour cream.
So I just said, bring me them. What's jam? There's salsa on the top of the eggs with bacon and cheese. Like,
I love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, on the ad, we showed the picture of the tacos on the ad, but that's Puffin's in Millbury. Go check them out. My man Worm supports it.
When it really comes down to it, like, I mean, the ingredients speak for themselves. I mean, you could go salsa, no salsa. I feel like if you're having a breakfast taco, like salsa's the thing, like you said, the sour cream, you can go with or without that. You could probably get them to substitute, whether it's you wanted the bacon sausage or whatever you want on it. But like, wow. They also, when we were there, I don't know if it's an everyday thing, they make their own corned beef hash. I'm sure you could probably make that a thing. Now that I say that, I may ask for that next time I'm there. That should be a thing. Like, but they make good food. They like Puffin's cares. When people go there, I see people send me posts, stuff like that. I probably don't go. Well, at the end of the day, I end up cooking. So I'll say that, like, I don't go to enough places enough times because I enjoy cooking. But that's a definite place that should get a shout out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Love it. Also, too, that's the theme of our whole horror here. Anything can be a taco. So we're gonna find the best ones, but that's gonna be up there. Now we may have to split this into breakfast tacos, regular tacos. But the path doesn't have to ever end. We can do this forever. You know what I'm saying? But the taco spot we still want to get to. We got we did Pepe's last week. We'll have another one for you next week, guys. So, man, breakfast, anything really can be a taco. Now today, it was quesadilla day here. We did a wrap.
Just like this far off from being a taco. Is that?
It's basically a double
I may get yelled
taco.
at for that one.
I think it's a double taco.
Okay.
Because when I thought about it, I was like, this isn't original at all. It's basically just a taco unfolded, pizza style. We did chicken bacon ranch, and we did pepperoni, salami, and some other roasted peppers or something. But anything that's a taco can be a quesadilla. That's what it comes down to. That's a but so we're loving it, man. Worm, great week, great show again, great conversation. Anything you want to add, promote, give? I mean,
I'll always shout out my work, Solar Wolf Energy. If you own your home and you're trying to see if solar can save you some money, reach out. And
everything's should go solar eventually, right? Unless the sun burns out, which, if you watch the movie Don't Look Up, you might have a different opinion on it. But
so we say this stuff at work, and it's like a joke on the side. But if the sun doesn't come up tomorrow, we have way bigger problems.
Yeah, good call. That's awesome. Yeah, and that is genuine right there. That's a beautiful thing, man. So, guys, we appreciate you tuning in this week. We're gonna be back next week, same time, same Worm channel.
So you don't be a dick. You don't be a dick. You don't be a dick.
Don't be a fucking dick. That's what it's all about, baby. Woo! Love it. My man Worm, great to talk to you again this week, brother. Have a great week.
You as well, man. Have a great night.
We'll talk to you soon, my man.